right, everyone. Good morning and welcome back to ICant-HeCan. This is episode 8. And before I jump into the episode that I recorded with a special person, I wanted to preface this because the most important part of this conversation was not recorded. The mic started malfunctioning or ran out of battery, whatever the case was. But I do believe sometimes that when there is something that's very, very important, a message that you are trying to get across, I know that the enemy is out there and they don't want it to happen. But nonetheless, with all the technical difficulties that we did have, I really hope that you do enjoy this episode. And it's really just two people that have a great friendship, having fun, talking, and discussing things that are really, really dear to our hearts. So without further ado, here's episode 8. Hi, Brandy.
Hello, Sarai. I have to put my normal voice because you're recording. Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome back to ICant-HeCan. Today is a special episode. I actually have a little bit of Prosecco in my hand. And in front of me, I have my best friend, who is a treat for you guys.
Hello. I also have Prosecco in my hand as well.
This is not the usual podcast, everyone. So if you enjoy this one more than the others, shame on you. But this is also...
They're going to enjoy it because I'm here.
Yes,
No.
yes, for sure. This was the original thought of the podcast, to have both of us together. Well, I'm not going to say the other parts of the podcast. But
No.
we definitely always talked about having a podcast together. And here we are. So, Brandy, do you want to say something? Introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I am excited to be here. My name is Brandy.
You're excited to be in your own house.
I am. I'm excited to be on the ICant-HeCan podcast as a special guest with my best friend Sarai as we sip Prosecco.
And we talk about our friendship, her new fasting adventure off of social media.
Yes, we're going to
And
start
how
that.
her cat may or may not toss my laptop to the floor.
Get out.
So
Sorry if you hear me
episode
hiss.
is definitely unscripted and going to be very different. But I hope that you guys enjoy it. At the end of the day, like I say in all the other episodes, it is still rooted in Christ. And really what brought us together, well, it wasn't just Christ, but it was... I'll let Brandy explain.
What brought us together?
Yes, what brought us together?
Well, I do believe that God did bring us together.
Yeah.
I feel that obviously He put us in each other's paths for a reason. I also feel that your illness, your multiple sclerosis also brought us together because at the time, my husband, ex-husband, I don't know what you want to call him.
Soon to be
Ex-husband, unfortunately, was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and he was struggling with that illness. And I didn't have a good understanding of what it was to live with somebody with that disease or live with somebody who was struggling with multiple sclerosis. And I feel like God put me in your life, or you put you in my life. And I remember our kids being in the dojo in karate school together. And when I was having a conversation with one of the employees at the dojo, I told her about the struggles that my husband was going through with multiple sclerosis. She told me, "Oh, I know another mom here who also has multiple sclerosis." And I was like, "Who?" She's like, "Eli's mom, Sarai." And I was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Who is that?" And then she shows me a picture. When I saw that picture, I was like, "Oh, I know who she is. I've seen her before." So I think one day I see you walking in the parking lot and you just
like it was yesterday.
and you just look so exhausted.
You ambushed me.
Yeah, I did. I almost tackled her. I was like,
It was a nice ambush. It really was.
Yeah.
It was a pleasant one.
It was. As I saw her walking out of the dojo, I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, are you Sarai? You're Eli's mom, right? You have multiple sclerosis, right?"
Yeah.
I was so excited. I introduced myself. I said, "Hey, I'm Jacob's mom, and my husband also has multiple sclerosis."
Honestly, at the time though, I didn't really get to talk about it a lot unless it was on social media. But like face to face with people, I didn't really have anyone to talk to about that. So it was weird. Like it was a weird like meet, but it was also nice to have something in common with someone else and be like, oh my God, yes. Like, yes, I understand that 100%. So that was very hot that day. I remember too. I was like dying.
I remember that too. And I think we were talking for a while too. I don't know if I was in the car. Was I getting out of the car? Or I was in the car. I know that there was a few times where I was in the car and like I would
kept like
stop
moving
you.
over. It was like, oh my God, I was dying.
And
It
I
was
just
okay.
felt like I had so many questions and I really wanted to like get a good perspective because I was trying to understand my husband at the time, but he didn't have a good way of like expressing himself. And I didn't really know what his struggles were, what he was
Yeah.
going through. And I understand that everybody's struggles is different. But I felt like, you know what? Here's another woman who's going through this, who's a mom, who's here picking up her kids like I am, and maybe she can give me a better understanding, you
Yeah.
know? And honestly, like I felt like God was telling me for so long to be more patient with Mike, which Mike is my soon to be ex. And I also felt like I needed to be more patient, but also be more understanding. And I never really put the time in researching that illness when he first was diagnosed. Well, my brother-in-law was also diagnosed with MS,
Which
and
they say it's not genetic, but it does happen to run in families, which is crazy that they say it's not genetic, but bueno. It happens more in men from what I know.
yeah. And when he was first initially diagnosed, which he was diagnosed about 4 years before my husband or my ex-husband, she did a lot of research. But when I found out that Mike was diagnosed, I was just like, okay, come on. No, we don't have time for this. You got to keep moving forward. We don't have time to be sad or anything. You just got to, hey, keep going.
Yeah.
So when I did meet you and when we did start to talk more, I felt like you gave me a better understanding of what that disease was or how to live with it. So I truly believe that it was God. God placed you in my life for a reason.
For you, for sure, in that sense, I think it was helpful. But then, in my perspective, looking back at it now, it was God talking through you to me because all of the times that you kept, oh, just remember that Jesus this and Jesus that, and God loves you. And oh, I was cringing every time that she would talk about God to me. And not because I didn't believe, but because I wasn't ready to really listen. And then finally I did, but that's why she was put in my life. So it worked out very well.
It's funny that you say that. I mean, around this time, we had reconciled our marriage after being separated for 7 months. So I was trying to make everything right again, trying to make things new again. And anytime that you expressed to me any sort of like trials in your marriage, you know, I always reverted back to God can help you, you know, just focus. And I did notice the eye rolls. And I do remember giving you that devotional,
Which
you
I always
know.
kept beside my bed.
Yeah.
But I always had it beside my bed from the day that she gave it to me.
And I do remember inviting you to church and, you know, sending you sermons that I know for a fact you didn't watch.
I watched a few of them.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm
A
sorry.
few of them. First few, probably not, but definitely later on, yes.
Yeah. Well, I was so excited to share those sermons because for those sermons on marriage, for me, they were so helpful and they gave me so much hope in such a dark season of my life. So I was just excited to share what God can do in your life. But for some reason, like God kept telling me, keep sharing it with that girl. Keep sharing it because I am not a patient person. And I think that like by the second eye roll, I would have been like, okay, beep, I'm leaving. But I just felt God telling me like, don't give up on her. Don't give up on her. And yeah, so.
And now I also have a best friend. And not just a best friend, but a friend who is not judgmental at all. Because I could quite literally tell you anything, and I have never had that kind of relationship ever.
Yeah.
I've had very good, friendships in the past, but how good were they? Because now they're non-existent. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's
And
just
I
the
would
point.
never judge you because you're wearing like a goddess love shirt, holding a prosecco,
Now I'm wearing a goddess love shirt. I never imagined myself.
while sipping on prosecco. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we actually,
Yeah.
okay, you guys, let's be honest right now. Tomorrow's my birthday. So by the time that
Yay.
you listen to this, I will already be in my mid 30s officially.
Mm.
But we just came from Flanagan's. We had how many? Well, I had 1.5. We both
Yeah,
had
we
1.5.
we shared. Yeah.
We finished with the second drink
And we
together.
but we had a lot of food. It was delicious.
Yeah. We had some nachos, some rib rolls, whatever. It was really good. And then now we're here, but we're not overdoing it. We are just having a good time because we never get to really hang out and
Never.
not be moms 24/7. So this is a very nice change.
And I am so excited for your birthday because I will say, like, I am so grateful because I have never had a friend who's made me feel as special as the way that you do for me. And like my birthday, oh my God, you went above and beyond and you made me feel amazing. And you just
Hyping me up, man.
I know, but you really are. It's funny because like I always prayed for a friendship this way. Always. And I've had close friends in the past, but I don't have those friendships anymore, but I've never felt judged by you. I mean, I know we've gotten a little annoyed at each other one time only.
Actually, like
24 hours ago, but we're women of Christ and we forgave each other and we love each other and we moved on. But
you said we forgave each other. I don't even think it warranted forgiveness because
no, we did say I'm sorry to each other.
yes.
And
I
we did say we forgave each other because
yeah.
we said I'm sorry.
I didn't really mean the apology, but I'm just kidding.
No, but honestly, like this has been the friendship that I always prayed for and I don't feel judged at all. And like you have been the one person who's been there by my side through everything. And anytime that I needed a shoulder, you were there and you're just so selfless and I'm so grateful for you.
And let me tell you, you've been through a really, really rough year. Actually, if I had $1 for every time that you sent me a crying voice note, should I keep this in the episode?
Yeah, you can. Of course. Of course.
If I had $1 for every crying voice note that you sent me, I would probably be a billionaire.
Oh my God.
That's an exaggeration. However, this past
You'd have a lot
year-
more money.
This year, I know has been really hard for you, but if you could see yourself through the eyes of another person, of me, of your best friend, and see how far you've come, not just emotionally, but even physically, I wish I had the willpower that you had right now to like get up, go to the gym, do better in that aspect. And it's hard for me. And it's hard for a lot of people. And you're doing it all. You're being a mom, you're working full time, you're taking care of yourself. Like you were telling me, you don't even really want the company of another person right now because it's not in your heart. You have yourself first, finally, like for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And that's what God wants for you. Like he wants you to love you before you can be ready to accept another person into your life. I'm sure that's gonna come. For sure.
Oh, anybody listening to this podcast right now? I'm a single lady. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah.
Okay, going back to the serious talk. You guys did not hear what we were just talking about because I cut it out. I could not play that for this episode. But in all seriousness, I know my best friend is going to be just fine because she has God with her. And at the end of the day, she has a better relationship with everyone around her because she is putting God first in her life. Probably for the first time, fully, not putting her marriage on a pedestal anymore. She's putting God and herself above it all.
Right, Shimo?
Shimo's about to attack.
No, she's not. She's not gonna tag you. She's so sweet. It's possible.
Anyway, when I'm moving on from our friendship, because let's not bore people with all the sappy friendship stuff. You keep fasting from social media.
Yeah.
I really don't see the need for it. But tell me about why you need to fast from social media. Or are you fasting from anything else? Or is it just that?
No, the focus was social media. And one of the reasons why I feel like I've needed to fast from social media was because I realized that I was spending so much time just scrolling away. Okay. In the Bible, one of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not covet. And I think I've told you this before, that we may not even realize it, but sometimes on social media, you may be scrolling and looking at other people's lives and desiring that life that they're living or that relationship they have based on just a story that they're posting or a picture that they're posting. You might not even realize that you're desiring that feeling, but deep down you may be comparing your life. And I realized I was doing that a lot. Why do these people have that beautiful marriage and here I am? I wish I could be traveling as often as these couples are with their kids, or look at the money that they have, or look at the house every time that I saw
Internalizing their life.
yeah, like
Why not me?
exactly. And I would and I felt that a lot. And I don't want to think myself as a person that envies, but I started to feel that at some point. Look at that house. How did they just buy a house? And I'm not a homeowner.
To Puerto Rico for the third time this year.
Exactly. Like, wow, look at, they have their summer trip and they have their winter trip. And I started feeling that. And then it was such a negative feeling. And when I look back, huh?
I love your TikToks.
Oh, well, I love TikTok. I do love sharing my inspirational TikTok posts, especially now. But I like TikTok because a lot of the people that I know are not on TikTok.
Exactly.
And I don't follow a lot of people on TikTok. I follow strangers on TikTok. But it was Instagram that I had to disconnect. And then it got to a point where there were people sliding in my DMs that shouldn't have been sliding in my DMs. And I felt like that was a distraction, or like the devil was trying to pull me in a different direction when I'm trying to,
stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused. So I don't know. There was just a lot of negative things happening with social media.
Do you think it was like keeping you behind on certain things in your life?
100%. Like I found myself like in the morning waking up and just immediately opening Instagram and scrolling. I was studying for the lieutenant's test and I found myself very distracted. I passed 2 of the tests, but I didn't score high enough to get promoted.
Pause for a second. By the way, not only is my best friend an amazing mom and best friend, but she's also a cop. Okay? Es policía, así que cuidado con ella.
Just so you all know.
Back to
Okay.
what you were saying about the lieutenants.
But I also
That's what she's talking about.
I also found my daily screen time decrease 50%. So I'm gonna need some more Prosecco.
So 50% less.
50% less.
I wonder. If I do it for one day, I would have to see like how much of anything. Even though I don't find it to be an issue for me though, like I stay pretty focused. If you think about it, every time that we grab our phones, I find myself opening up Instagram, like looking at things like that. It's just more of a habit for me. It's not problematic, but it would be interesting for me to see the difference.
And then I will say that another issue was that I found myself, especially going through these issues of separation and divorce, I found myself like really looking into my husband's profile and digging for things that I felt were causing me more confusion and more insecurities than I ever did before. So anytime he would post a story about whatever it was, I'd try to relate it on what we were going through. I was reading too much into it. Immediately I was...
Is it because of me?
Yeah, exactly. But I've actually been reading my Bible so much more.
Actually, the difference between you and me, when I really came to Christ, like I was more reading, and even though you hadn't like read before and you were very into like the devotionals and the word and stuff like that, you weren't much of a reader.
You're a reader though.
I am.
You're like she's a little bit of a geek. She's a little nerd. But she's very intelligent, as you guys can see. But yeah, I don't like to read at all.
Well, I'm very proud of you for actually going back in there. I don't agree with the social media fast because I'm the type of friend that we need to have 5 conversations at the same time. That's how our friendship really goes throughout the day. But no more. Now I have to... When you log in back to your Instagram, you're going to have like 60 messages.
I know. But you know what? And another thing about Instagram is just, I feel like so many people were like constantly like looking at my stories, liking my pictures, but then I'd see those same people at work and they barely speak to me. So, like that, I was just like, oh, I don't, like how many of these relationships are really like genuine, or do they even really like care that much?
I see that finger you're pointing.
Let me point the finger. So I started noticing on my TikTok algorithm, like obviously I would post a lot about Christianity and Jesus and stuff and the gym because I like to work out. But then I started getting all of these really good looking men on my algorithm, and they're like weightlifting. They look amazing, incredible, and they're all posting about weightlifting and Jesus. But then I noticed like they have like all these women liking their pictures, and I'm like, how much of this is real? Like how much of this is actually real? And then I started noticing, like, I hate to say this, but like if I had a post that just revealed a little bit more cleavage than it should, I had a lot more views on that post than I did in the one of me like sweaty with my hair a mess and no makeup, the real one.
Yeah, shame on that TikTok.
And I was like, what is this? So I was like, how many of these men are actually about like the gym and Jesus?
How godly are you?
Yeah.
For real.
So I'm like, are they really doing that for like
The same
likes?
thing goes for people on social media like me. People will consider me now a baby Christian because I've always believed in God. I never understood Jesus. I'm a little ashamed to even say that, but I never understood who Jesus was, right? Until now. Now I consider myself Christian, whatever, etc., etc. Anyway, long story short, people that see me now, it's a complete 180. Oh, but you're like this. No, I was like that. I'm
Yeah.
not like that anymore.
Yeah.
And I really am Christian. Like I do, like I want to meet Jesus already. If the world ended tomorrow, I would be like, take me, Lord, take me with you. And I never thought I would ever say that. But when you see these other people and we are just judging them, kind of like, oh, how godly are you? And it's really hard to distinguish, like, okay, how real are you? How real is your faith? But it's social media, so you never know. Brandy, again, slide in their DMs.
Well, I'll wait till I'm divorced. Let me get more Prosecco.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys, we're gonna pause for a short Prosecco break. So
Yeah.
in just a second.
Okay.
And we're back. We have cup in hand. This was recording the whole time, by the way.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how funny.
Well, we got our refills.
Good thing I didn't fart. I'm just kidding. No. Actually, whoever knows me well will know. Yeah, that's Brandy.
Okay, I'm really gonna do that now.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just kidding. We'll see. Listen on Monday. A ver si lo dejé.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we're back. We have our little refills. How are we feeling with the Prosecco?
Good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
No buzz. Nothing.
I don't know.
Not really.
Not really.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing because remember you had that 1.5 drink of Flanagan.
That's true. But I felt more full than buzzed.
Yeah.
Because
you were wearing jeans.
I was.
I'm wearing lycra. So
and we
stuck in my stomach.
And nachos, rib rolls, and wings.
Yeah. You didn't really have wings though. Did you try that one wing?
No, I didn't.
So good.
But the nachos were delicious. I think I ate most of the nachos.
Yeah, you did.
I did because I didn't even see you get
I like 3 chips.
Yeah, no.
On the nachos. I like their nachos though. It's just that I like my rib rolls and wings more.
Oh,
okay.
the rib rolls were good.
Yeah, they were really good. Flanagan should pay us for this.
Guys, go to Flanagan's.
Their Moscow Mule was not that great though. It tasted like a blend of Moscow Mojito.
Yeah, no, I
with
didn't like it. Yeah. And I was at a retirement party, so I had about 3 drinks and they were, but they were very small drinks. They were like in tiny little cups. Yeah. But they were good. I was feeling it.
Wow, Brandon,
Yeah.
you've had quite a few today.
I did, but I feel, look, right now I am in my Walmart pajama. Okay, no.
So funny.
Okay. And is it midnight yet? Oh my God, is your birthday yet?
Oh my God, that's right. I completely forgot.
She's gonna be 35.
11:24 right
Oh my
now.
gosh.
11:24 on Saturday. Bro, no me digas esto.
It was off the whole time?
I think yours was off.
No.
Bro, what a fail. Testing.
Okay. Testing.
Oh.
I trust in God. I see.
This is not karaoke, Brandy. Okay, let me tell you guys what just happened. We were having the best conversation after we came back from our little break, and for some reason, technology is just not working with me. So everything we spoke about was gone. But it's okay because that just means that she can come back again for another episode and we can have that same discussion all over again. And it may be even better. Because honestly, this has turned out much better than I expected.
Me too.
I thought it was going to be a little bit weird, but it's not weird.
What do you think? I don't know.
Let me ask you, do you feel a difference in your life with a husband versus without a husband? Like, meaning the day to day, what you do. What's the biggest difference that you feel now?
I feel more peace. Do I feel any different? No, because I was living a very lonely marriage for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a pretty good question.
Thank you.
Gosh, you got me there, buddy.
It's a hard question to answer too.
It really is.
Because at the end of the day, like whatever answer you give, I think is going to feel a little sad because whatever the response is going to be, you don't want that to be your response because you would want to still have your marriage. And I know that you wanted to have your marriage because from the moment I met you, that you had just gotten back together, you were fighting tooth and nail to stay in it, which is admirable because some people just give up easily. Like I wanted to give up so easily for the longest time.
But I feel like when two people are not focused on God, and if you don't build that firm foundation, or if you don't keep God in the center of your marriage, I don't believe the marriage is going to succeed. So, like, you both have to have that goal. Like, you both have to have that vision. You both have to have God in the center of your marriage for it to work. And unfortunately, there is power in a praying wife. I did pray a lot for my marriage, but I realized that my prayers alone were not going to save the marriage, you know? So two people have to want to fight for that and know their roles.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that we still need to talk about. However, when we came back from our little break, my best friend had a little surprise that she had been hiding from me, something that she's been working on. But that's going to be for another episode when she's ready to discuss that because it's such a good thing. It has purpose. So I can't wait for her to share that. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. It's definitely been the funnest one. This better get the most listens and downloads of all the other ones. Oh yeah, when she better repost this. 2 weeks? Man, that's a long time.
Not for Jesus.
No. She's fasting from social media for all the right reasons, and maybe I should give that a try. So
okay, yeah, 2 weeks. The 28th. I will be done with my social media fast on the 28th, but it's all for God.
That means that I'm not going to be ignored anymore when I slide into her DMs. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope that something that we've talked about has given you some joy, some laughs. I hope that you have been blessed in some sort of way by this. And I hope that you guys tune in for the next episode where I may or may not have her as my co-host and guest. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, you guys. And until next time.